Hit rock bottom usually happens, it's interesting, in two predictable places. We hit rock bottom in the pit and also in the peak. In the pit, you're in an addiction, you're in the middle of a divorce, you're in the ICU, you get cut from the team, you lose your job. You just start going down, down, down. But the other time is when people peak. And their hope was in, if I ever was this successful, if I ever married this person, if I ever became a star, if I could ever... And then there's an emptiness that goes with that. And honestly, some of the most successful, pretty, well-paid people in the world are among the most hopeless, who have the highest percentage of divorce, the highest percentage of drug addictions and rehabs as we check out Entertainment Tonight or whatever one of the shows that come on all at the same time that tell us who is breaking up with whom or what rehab center they're coming out of. This is Sports Illustrated. It's the last one in this last year. And they did a little article on people we lost. Great sports heroes that died. Some were 99, some were 72, some were 23, and Bob Feller, Manute Bol. A number of people died this last year, and that's the article. And I was just reading through it, and as I read through it, I noticed there was a number of younger people who died. The first one was Antonio Pettigrew. He was a gold medalist on the 400-meter 2000. He won the Worlds in May of 2008. He later confessed that he used performance-enhancing drugs. He later became the assistant coach of track in North Carolina, and in August he committed suicide. 42 years old. I kept going, and then I turned the page, and Erica Blasberg, 25 years old, a two-time All-American at Arizona, freshman of the year, went directly to the LPGA. Now, she's only 25. Got completely discouraged because she only made the top 10 in one tournament. Struggled with her golf, struggled with her personal life, and in her home in Henderson, Nevada, she committed suicide. Andy Irons from this part of the country, surfers, right? The two great surfers, the big rivalry between he and Kelly Slater, and Slater retires, and Andy's sort of the young buck, and he does wild, crazy stuff, and Slater comes out of retirement, and we have this amazing thing about the last 8 or 10 years. In a documentary in 2004, Andy Irons says, my whole driving force right now is to take this little pretty picture, it's of Slater, his competitor, and crush it. And then he won the World Championships in 2003, again in 2004, it went back and forth. He left the tour in 2009, was burned out. His wife got pregnant. They found him in a Dallas hotel room, dead. And they found Xanax, methadone, and Ambien. Xanax is for panic attacks. Methadone is what you use when you're trying to get off of heroin. And Ambien is trying to get some sleep. So he rides the biggest waves, and he's on top of the world. His wife's ready to have a baby. But his hope's gone. Some of you older guys remember bigger Mel Turpin, 49 years old, big Kentucky star, about 6 years in the NBA, averaged about 14 points a game, huge guy. Well, he died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound in July, shortly after his wife suffered a stroke. He's got money, he's got fame, but the person he put his hope in is gone, and he thought, you know what? My light goes out. The last one was from Venezuela, Edwin Valero, 28 years old. His first 17 fights, he won in the first round with knockouts. How'd you like to fight that guy? 6 years, boom, you're gone. In his first 27 fights, they were all knockouts, and he was undefeated. Fiery competitor. He won one world championship with one belt and was ready to fight the number one fighter in the world. But he had this problem with anger. And he found that what he did is he took out his anger. And he took out his anger on his wife and stabbed her to death and then hung himself in jail. A lot of people would probably say, you know something, if I would ever could be famous.